Hey, what is going on, Jagonauts? It is Jay, and welcome to a jam-packed video today. As some of you may know, last week I had my uni exams, which was probably the worst timing possible because last week was also the same time as the E3 convention over in America. And during E3, we found out a whole bunch of information on these new superhero games, and I want to cover some of that information today. Granted, some of this information might not be new information, you guys might already know it, but still, I want to talk about it because I haven't really mentioned anything about these superhero games, and I definitely want to cover them on the channel once they come out. So the superhero games we're going to be talking about today are, of course, Injustice 2, the Batman, the Telltale series, Batman Arkham Virtual Reality, and of course, last but definitely not least, is the new Spider-Man game. So let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. So let's start off by looking at the Injustice 2 gameplay reveal trailer. Now I know there's been a lot of gameplay that has come out since this came out, however, I haven't even spoken about this yet, and this looked incredible. This was the first time we got to take a look at some of the actual gameplay. We're going to take a look at the graphics, the costumes, the characters of course, also the stages, the stage transitions and the specials, also the gear system in work. So we got to take a look at so many things for the first time, and it actually blew me away. Of course, the 6 confirmed characters so far are Atrocitus, Gorilla Grodd, Supergirl, Superman, Batman and Aquaman, and they are all looking awesome. I've got to say, there are a couple costuming issues that I have seen already. However, that's just probably nitpicking, and I'm sure there will be custom DLC skins and stuff that have come out for the game. And of course, the gear system, which gives you the ability to characterize and like change how the characters look, which is awesome. It's like customization to the next level, which is sick. We also got to take a look at some stage transitions, which I thought were absolutely awesome. Those stage transitions are what really hooked me into the first game, along with a lot of other aspects. So I am so glad they are bringing it back for the second game, because without it, I feel like it wouldn't be the Injustice game that we know and love. So I am so glad they're bringing it back. They're making it bigger, they're making them better, and they will look fantastic. Right here we also take a look at some of the gear system in action, how it's changing on Gorilla Grodd and Atrocitus, and also Batman here. You get to see that it looks like you can customize almost every aspect of the character in terms of armor and stuff. Now I am a little bit worried about this feature because it could be game breaking and make some characters stronger than others just by getting some very rare armor or something like that. However, I'm sure they're going to try and balance it to the best of their ability. I'm sure they're not going to make a broken game or anything like that, but I am a little bit skeptical at this point. But I'm sure they'll work out a way to do that fairly and balance it correctly. Of course, we can't forget about the super moves. I think we saw all of them apart from Gorilla Grodd's, and they look amazing. There is something about the Butcher coming out for the Atrocitus super move which looks really, really nasty and cool. But I've got to say, I think at the moment, my favorite is Superman. I know Aquaman's at the very end is absolutely awesome as well, but there's something about Superman's which just captures my attention, and I really like the look of it. Well, that's going to be all for the Injustice 2 gameplay reveal trailer. If you guys are looking forward to Injustice 2, let me know, and make sure to stay tuned on the channel because there are going to be a bunch more Injustice 2 videos coming out leading up to the release of the game. That being said, let's transition over to the Batman Telltale series game. So Batman, the Telltale series, I haven't mentioned anything about this on the channel as of yet. However, I am extremely excited for this game. I cannot wait. I wager that it's going to be dropping in about August, so it is coming very, very soon. And what you're seeing right now is actually the teaser trailer that was released last year at some point to try and build some hype for this game. Now, I would say that this didn't do as good of a job as what the few leaked photos did. So during E3, or I think a couple days before E3, they dropped a few photos from the first episode, and my god, this game looks amazing. You'll be seeing those photos in just a moment, but if you don't know what the Telltale series is or what Telltale games are, they are extremely good story-based games which give you a story. They tell a story and they focus on character development, and what they do so well is that character development. You get so invested in the game that it is such a journey and such an amazing game. I cannot wait. I myself haven't played too many of these games. I started playing The Walking Dead first episode back in the day, but then I didn't get to finish it for whatever reason. I was busy with school and whatnot. but I know they do a fantastic job with their games. But if you don't know what it is, essentially they build storylines, they are very character based and like build amazing characters, and essentially you go along for the journey and you can create the story. So whatever you pick, there are different options and different paths you can take. Whatever you pick, that will change the outcome of the game, and they are, from what I've heard, so well done, and I am so happy that they are doing a Batman take on a Telltale series. Okay, so let's take a look at some of these images that were dropped. I can assume they are only from the first episode, but I cannot confirm that. That is just from what it looks like. But right here, we're taking a look at the Bruce Wayne inside Wayne Manor, and man, the graphics look amazing. Right here, we get to take a look at Bruce inside what looks to be the Batcave, I can only assume. But yeah, once again, the graphics. What I am so excited about these graphics is the fact that it just looks like a cartoon, and we're going to be immersed within this like 3D cartoon world, and we get to tell the characters what to do, and how the storyline is going to play out is solely on us. And I think that is such an awesome trait. The graphics, they just look so sick, and they just tie in so well, and it's going to be such an awesome story. It looks like a cartoon. I'm going to say this again. It looks like a cartoon. A 3D cartoon, which we are going to jump right into, and be able to control the situation and control the outcome. Right here, we're getting a look at Batman inside the Batcave. Obviously, we get to take our first look at the Batmobile, which just looks so well done. I don't know how they can make the Batmobile look so good with such little detail. In my opinion, that just looks awesome. And the coolest image of them all goes to this one right here with Batman and Catwoman, what seems to be hanging off the side of a building with the Gotham City skyrises in the background and the big comic book like moon in or over the top of one of the buildings. I think this image just looks awesome. It just really captures the comic book-esque feel of the game, and if all the game is going to be something along the lines of this image, I think it's going to be an outstanding game, and I just can't wait to play it. I can't wait to play the first episode and all the episodes that are to follow, and I can't wait to get invested in the characters and just dive into the story. I think they're going to do such an awesome job with this game, and I just can't wait. Okay, so let's move on and take a look at the Batman Arkham virtual reality game that is made by Rocksteady Studios, and the teaser trailer was released during E3. So when I first saw this, I thought, hell yes, a continuation of the Batman Arkham series made by Rocksteady Studios. I was hyped. And then I found out it is on virtual reality, and not just on any virtual reality, but only exclusive to PlayStation VR. So don't get me wrong, I would love to put on the bat suit and explore the Batcave and patrol the streets of Gotham and fight crime, but I don't think that's the case. We have found out some details on the game, and we know that it is a detective story, and it'll take roughly 1 hour to complete. So let that sink in for a second. 1 hour. That means from start to finish, you could finish the game in just 1 hour. That seems a bit short considering how much money we're going to have to spend to actually play this game. Now, I'm assuming the game itself is probably going to cost around about $30, at least that's what Oculus Rift games cost as far as I'm aware, and that's probably fair enough. It's not too expensive. However, when you combine it with the cost of the PlayStation Virtual Reality, which is going to be priced at around $400, you're looking at a total of about $430 just to play a 1 hour long game, which I don't know if I'm willing to do. I spent approximately the same amount for my PS4, which allows me to play a whole bunch of games, and they essentially want me to pay $430 just to play one game, because I wouldn't have any other use for the PlayStation Virtual Reality other than this game here. So, in my personal opinion, I'm not sure if this game is worth the money that it's going to cost to play it. Considering it's only a 1 hour long game, I think that the Batman Virtual Reality game has been made as a promotional game to solely promote PlayStation Virtual Reality. Anyway, that's just my personal opinion. I'm not sure if I would have that type of money to spend on a 1 hour long game. However, I hope I can play this game one way or another. I still think the idea behind it sounds awesome, being able to put on the suit and play as Batman in a virtual reality game. It's almost like a dream come true. However, I'm just not sure about the price point at the moment, but still, I think it would be a good game. I don't know if it would be 100% worth it, to be honest, because I wouldn't have any other games to play on virtual reality, but I guess we'll find out closer to the release date, and I'll see if my views change by then. But at this point, I guess you guys know where I stand. Now let's take a look at this final game. This game has got me so hyped, and I can imagine it being one of my favorite games of all time. Of course, I am talking about the new Spider-Man game, which is exclusive to PS4, and I've got some official details to go over while we watch the teaser trailer that was released during E3. So I've watched and rewatched this trailer so many times since it's been out, and every single time it blows me away. But the first thing I should mention is the fact that this game is being made by Insomniac Games, and they say that this is the biggest team they have ever had working on a single game. And that's ridiculous considering they've produced games such as Ratchet & Clank and Sunset Overdrive, but from this trailer, it looks like they know exactly what they're doing when it comes to the superhero movement and a superhero game. And here he is, our first look at Spider-Man. I think the costume looks great with the white spider logo on the front and on the back. Some people weren't liking it when they first saw it, but I thought it always looked great, and still to this day, I think it looks good. It just adds a new dimension to the suit, and not to mention just then you got to see the lenses on his eyes, just like in Captain America Civil War, although one official detail that we know about the game is that it's not connected at all with the upcoming Spider-Man Homecoming movie, which is in production at the moment. We also know that it's going to be an open world game, and it has been in development for, quote, quite some time, which you can obviously tell by the trailer. It looks so cool. We'll be able to free roam around the city exactly like Spider-Man, and you can tell that it's been in production for ages because you can see the graphics and all the attention to detail that has just gone into the trailer. But we really can't get too excited just yet because they aren't ready to talk about any release time frame at this point in time, so we don't know when the release date will be, so we have to hold back the hype a little bit until we know more information on the game. That'll do it for today, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this video and you are super excited for all these superhero games in the future. I myself am definitely looking forward to playing these games. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.